So we've talked about seeing the whole board, the importance of seeing the whole board, the importance of co-creating. These are behaviors we saw consistently across the 30 or so companies that we included in our research. But the third one, I think, is actually the most important and the most interesting. And this behavior we saw consistently across almost every company that we worked with. And that was quite simply to choose optimism. Choose optimism. And people will say to me, oh, Julie, I don't know about that. Like, I'm not an optimistic person, they say. Well, kind of sucks to be you then, right? but if you're not fundamentally optimistic about what you're doing, then it's very difficult to encourage people to co-create with you. And it becomes very difficult to see the whole board. So all of these things are somewhat reinforcing. But I would also suggest that what we can all learn to do is to ask the optimistic questions. We can learn to ask optimistic questions instead of pessimistic questions. Optimistic questions are the questions that say, how do I work with this? How do I accelerate disruption? How do I go out into my customers, my suppliers, my distributors, and work with them in different ways? How do I move forward? The pessimistic questions are the ones that say, how do I tie this up in litigation so long that they'll forget they ever wanted it? It's the questions that say, how do I stop this? How do I slow it down? How do I prevent my competitors from getting into it before me? Instead of saying, how do I get into it first? So we can all orient ourselves towards these optimistic questions. And ladies and gentlemen, I will tell you that to a T, the companies that we talked with, their leaders always asked the optimistic questions.